Caitlin Clark, one of the brightest stars in women's basketball, recently made headlines not just for her prowess on the court but for her appearance at a major LPGA event. The LPGA Tour invited her to participate in a special event, resulting in an overwhelming surge of excitement and a significant increase in interest in women's golf. However, this warm welcome from the LPGA has sparked a wave of frustration within the WNBA, revealing deep-seated tensions in the world of women's sports. The LPGA's bold move. Caitlin Clark's presence at the LPGA event transformed it into a historic occasion. Fans of all ages flocked to the tournament, not merely to watch the golf but to catch a glimpse of Clark. Her popularity is undeniable. The LPGA recognized the tremendous value she brought, treating her like the star she is. This decision was a game-changer, as the LPGA actively celebrated Clark, understanding that she is not just a basketball player but a beacon for young audiences who may never have considered watching women's golf. In stark contrast, the WNBA's reaction has been anything but warm. There appears to be a palpable tension, as some voices within the league view Caitlin's rising popularity as a threat rather than an opportunity. This defensive stance raises questions about whether the WNBA is missing a significant chance to capitalize on Clark's universal appeal. A divided response. The WNBA's reluctance to embrace Clark stems from a fear that her popularity could overshadow the league's established stars. Some players within the WNBA feel that the attention surrounding Clark detracts from their hard-fought progress. This mindset is puzzling. If women's sports are to grow, shouldn't they welcome a talent like Caitlin, who can bring new fans and visibility to the entire landscape of women's athletics? The contrast between the LPGA and WNBA's responses is striking. While the LPGA welcomed Clark with open arms, the WNBA's hesitation seems rooted in a desire to maintain the status quo. This protective approach could hinder the league's growth at a time when adaptability is crucial. By turning a cold shoulder to Clark's popularity, the WNBA may be missing a prime opportunity to expand its audience and broaden its appeal. The atmosphere at the event. The atmosphere at the LPGA event was electric. Fans arrived early, eager to see Clark in action, and many stayed long after the event to engage with players and soak in the excitement. This wasn't merely a one-time boost, it indicated a growing interest in women's sports as a whole. LPGA stars like Nelly Korda praised Clark, acknowledging her as a breath of fresh air and celebrating the new energy she brought to the tournament. Korda and others in the LPGA recognized that expanding their fan base would benefit everyone involved. They see Caitlin not as a rival but as an ally who could enhance the game's visibility and attract a more diverse audience. This strategic thinking highlights a broader understanding of the modern sports landscape, where collaboration can lead to mutual benefits. WNBA stubbornness. In contrast, the WNBA's approach seems overly cautious. By viewing Clark's popularity as an intrusion rather than an asset, some within the league are missing the larger picture. There's a palpable fear that embracing Caitlin could disrupt the existing dynamics, leading to resentment among other players. This defensive stance runs the risk of alienating potential fans and stalling growth in an increasingly interconnected sports world. The WNBA's hesitancy to celebrate Clark highlights a significant divide in how women's sports leagues perceive cross-promotion and collaboration. Instead of viewing Clark as a bridge to new audiences, some in the WNBA seem to protect an exclusive club, inadvertently isolating themselves from the very fans they aim to attract. The bigger picture. Caitlin Clark's popularity is compelling because of her authentic love for all sports. She has publicly supported women athletes across disciplines, emphasizing unity and shared success. By not harnessing this passion, the WNBA risks missing out on increased ticket sales, broader visibility, and a chance to connect with new fans. Imagine if the WNBA had embraced Clark's influence instead of brushing it aside. They could have positioned themselves alongside her journey, benefiting from her crossover appeal and the excitement she generates. Instead, the league's response has been cautious, bordering on dismissive, which may lead to regret in the long run. Lessons in adaptability. The contrasting approaches of the LPGA and WNBA provide a clear lesson in adaptability. The LPGA saw Caitlin Clark's participation as an opportunity to grow their audience and capitalize on a unique moment. They understood that women's sports, often lower in viewership, benefit from cross-league support and unity. By working alongside stars like Clark, the LPGA is setting itself up for long-term success. On the other hand, the WNBA's protective stance suggests they view Clark's popularity as a threat rather than a potential boon. By failing to capitalize on her cross-sport appeal, they risk limiting their growth in an evolving sports landscape. The LPGA's experience with Clark should serve as a blueprint for other leagues on how to engage with rising stars and leverage their influence. The future of women's sports. The divide between the LPGA's embrace of Caitlin Clark and the WNBA's reluctance illustrates the broader challenges facing women's sports today. While the LPGA is positioning itself for growth, the WNBA's defensive posture could hinder its trajectory. This isn't just about one player or one league, it's about the future of women's sports as a unified force. If the WNBA continues to ignore the potential benefits of collaboration and cross-promotion, it may find itself watching as other leagues thrive on the opportunities they chose to overlook. Caitlin Clark has proven that she can draw attention and inspire young athletes, making her an invaluable asset to any league willing to embrace her. Conclusion. As Caitlin Clark's influence grows, the contrasting responses from the LPGA and WNBA will likely become more pronounced. The LPGA's decision to welcome Clark with open arms is a testament to their forward-thinking approach, while the WNBA's reluctance exposes a mindset that could limit its potential. Women's sports stand to gain enormously from collaboration, openness, and a willingness to embrace stars who can draw attention to the game. The question remains, will the WNBA recognize the value of unity and adapt to meet the changing demands of fans? Or will they cling to an outdated model that risks their growth? As the landscape of women's sports evolves, the choice is theirs to make. What do you think? Is the WNBA making a mistake, or is their approach justified? Share your thoughts in the comments below.